And our first speaker is in his second season at East St. John as the head coach of the Wildcats. The Wildcats, in case you haven't paid attention, and I know many of you have because many of you go to games, read everything, watch everything, and even some referee here, they've faced extraordinary challenges in 2012. Hurricane Issac dealt a tremendous blow to their community, to their school, and they're going to school at Leon Gottschalk Junior High. I don't want to steal his thunder. He'll tell you all about it. But clearly they've overcome tremendous odds to forge on with the help of some others, but it takes great leadership to pull that off, and they have shown that in the face of adversity to the young men and women at that school. Wonderful place, good people. They're playing. Last year he led them to a playoff berth. They beat Brother Martin in the opening round 35-3 before losing in the regional round, and this Friday night they've got a big game as they host Estrahan at Joe Keller Stadium at 7 p.m. So please give a warm welcome to East St. John coach Phil Banko. Phil?
First of all, thank you. It's a tremendous honor. I was here last year, and this quarterback club is a special honor not only for me, but for our school, our football team, and our community. Because we're 2-4. That's what I was telling my principal on the way. I don't know why they want me. We're 2-4, and we got to win the next 3 to go to playoffs. And I feel confident we can do that. We played real good the other night. 4 plays. 4 plays cost us the game. And it comes down to 4 plays sometimes. I know a bunch of coaches tell me that through the years, and it's true. But on defense, we gave up 160 yards of total offense, 6 sacks, an interception, a fumble. And on offense, we had 395 yards of offense. Came down to miss 3 field goals and a block punt. So that's the deal, and that's why we lost. Lou Val and his staff does a tremendous job, and it's a great rivalry, and we lost the game. But now we're talking about what we're here for. I'm not used to holding the mic, but just please bear with me. I'm using my principal's glasses because I left mine. But anyway, she's a great woman. You know, when I took this job last year, there was an equation that I had with some variables to equal success. Because East St. John has been successful. But as Mr. Trahan pointed out, they had not won a district championship in 6 years or a playoff victory. And so we had a good quarterback. He's at Tulane right now doing wonderful things. And but what we needed was a solid coaching staff, a training room, a weight room, and a belief in the team. And we thought we accomplished that. And then with that, we corresponded into the offseason. And actually, our strength coach, who's a wonderful man, was the baseball coach. So I did the strength stuff after school. And I used to do that as a strength coach. I loved it. We got after it. It was hard. It was fun. We built a sand pit. We did all kind of crazy things. We ran up levees. We made these boulders. We did all kind of things. We went to the summer and had a really good summer. And then we went to an Army base camp at Camp Villery in Slidell for 4 days. And with the help of some good people over there and the sergeants, we did low ropes and high ropes classes and leadership classes and team building. And then we got up at 4:30 in the morning and did PT before the lights came on. And then we practiced. Then we ate. Then we practiced. Then we ate. Then we practiced. Then we went and walked through in the big shed. Then we'd get back in and do some more stuff. And it was all great. And then we had an excellent outing against St. Aug. We scrimmaged St. Aug and it was excellent. And then we came home. We prepared for St. Charles and the Jamboree and had another excellent week. And then all of a sudden this guy came on campus. He came through. His name was Isaac. Everything that I just told you was gone. 2 days after the storm, I made it back there. It took an hour to get from Armand Estates, where Coach Barlow lives, in his big truck to get to the field house. It took over an hour. You know, my family's from South Plaquemines. We had devastation in Katrina, and this is what it looked like. It's our Katrina. And, you know, Army people running around, helicopters, planes. We get to the school, and it's underwater, and it's a moat. And we walked by the freshman building, which did not affect because it was built later and it was higher. And there, I kid you not, there was no less than 5 snakes trying to bite us or run away. Water moccasins. And I'm definitely afraid of snakes. And long story, Coach Murphy showed up with a flatboat, and we got in it. And Coach Oxman was there, and we paddled back there. And we measured with a tape measure. It was 4 foot of water. We opened up the door to the field house in the back. And unfortunately, there was a 2 foot water moccasin. They called that at his house, and he was pretty ticked off. We hit him in the head. Coach Oxman hit him in the head with the paddle, and he went away. But the stench from the sewer and the water, I said, close the door. Baseball field. it's funny, but it's sad. There's alligators swimming on the damn field. And about 6 foot of water because we had stands where people sit to watch us practice. They come out there every week, and that's 6 foot tall, and it was up to that. So anyway, we went back, and the landlines were down, the cell phones were out. I was trying to get to my principal. I knew I couldn't get there because her house didn't flood, but the street did. Couldn't get there, Central Avenue. I knew she was going to be at the central office. Trying to get my thoughts here. We get there, and I told her it's gone. I mean, uniforms. I just told you about the weight room. We had a beautiful weight room. Some stuff that we bought and put in there, and the worst scan weights, and the platforms, and the reverse hypers, the chains, and everything that you need to be a good football team in 5A football. And training room, have a wonderful trainer. All the hydrolators and the stem machines is all gone. And she said, well, Coach, we need to play next week. I said, what? She said, we got to play. I want you to play. And you're the coach, and God sent you here for a reason, so I'll see you later. I got a lot of work to do, but get it going. I walked back in the doggone truck with Coach Barlow, and I said, this woman's crazy. I said, I don't know if we can do it, Coach. So I got on the phone, Rydell with Rich Abity, wonderful person. Ordered all new helmets, shoulder pads. I had to get sizes. I had to meet with my kids first because all my sizes, everything. Everybody tells you to save stuff on computers nowadays. Well, guess what? The computer was on the water, and I like the old style. I see Coach Gailey here. I like keeping stuff like this in my pocket, so I got it, and I got a book and a ledger. Well, nowadays with all the computer stuff, it's gone. So we meet at Joe Keller Stadium. It's the only place that we can meet at, and we meet amongst the National Guard people. And they're giving out water and MREs. Hell, I'm eating MRE, and my kids are coming in, and they were happy to see each other. It was very emotional. Had some news people there. They found out we were meeting. They were there, and it was great. We got to hug each other, and one kid had a T-shirt on that we had, and that's all they had. It was team is family. And that's our mantra. And I said, yeah, that's the only way we're going to get through the season, boys. And I need to get your shoe size, your pants. I got to get it all again before we can even talk about practice. Then we went out to practice without a football. They were gone. They were in the water. And so I didn't have a football. So you can appreciate it. We did practice on offense, defense, and special teams without a football for 3 days. Okay? And then I get a phone call from Louis Valden at Hahnville. Coach, I'm going to talk to my principal and the school board president and the superintendent, but y'all need to come practice over here somewhere. Y'all can't be where you at. And then 10 minutes later, I got a call from Coach Robichaux. Hey, we want y'all to come practice at our place, but you just got to do it after we're done. So that's 5:30. Okay. So we go, and long story short, it was great for 3 days. They were wonderful. And we're going to present them with some plaques this week at our game when we play them. And then one day, we had practice, and I see this Ryder truck back up, and it's huge Ryder truck, and it's the Saints organization. And they gave every kid a pair of shoes, shorts, a T-shirt, and they gave us 50 black pants to wear because we didn't even have black pants to wear for game day. And it was like Christmas. It was fun to see. It was great to see a smile on people's faces. Long story short, if you deal with FedEx, don't deal with them no more, but I see they might be up here. But I go to FedEx on a Thursday to pick up my helmet and shoulder pads, and they weren't supposed to split the order, but they did. And I got 21 pair of shoulder pads and helmets. Well, I got 72 on the team. So come back tomorrow. I go back on a Friday. It ain't there again. And they send me to the airport, then they send me to Elmwood, then they send me somewhere else. So finally I get on the phone. It's still in Memphis. Well, we got to play this game. And we're scheduled to go to St. Louis, which is in Lake Charles, at 12:30. It's a couple-hour bus ride. So I call Red Stick Sports. I get some fans of the program to stop and pick up what we need. We get the helmets and shoulder pads at 4:05 right before we go to pregame. And we hadn't practiced all week with it. No pads, nothing, no sleds. And we play a good team. St. Louis is a good team, and they beat us 24-22. And we had our chances at the end. Had 30 seconds left. 3rd and 4th down, we missed Desmond Broussard about an inch of his hands on a wide open pass, and then Jared Jackson, our sophomore, same thing. And it came down to timing. We don't make excuses, and they beat us. But then the lady said, hold on, before y'all leave, we got something for y'all. You know, they didn't charge our fans to get there. We had about 100 of them. And then they fed every one of us. Then they gave us big gift bags, underwear and socks and toiletries from different places, and then the $10 gift card to Walmart. And they gave us $7,200 that they raised from their elementary, junior high, and high schools. And they said we're their adopted parents, and they're going to watch us every week. And she calls every week, twice a week. She calls Friday before the game during the morning, and she calls me Friday night. And her son plays offensive line for St. Louis. And they're very generous, and they're just good people. I remember on the bus ride back, had a young man ask me, Coach, why are those people doing that for us? It's humanity. The underlying spirit to it, East St. John, we have an FCA. I know Mr. Trahan's really a proponent of that, and I'm sure many of you are here today. And Dr. Ford is our leader. And, you know, Philippians, you can do all things through Christ. And Trahan's a good football team, and we got to beat them this week, and I know we are. When I leave here, it's not that I'm rude, because I love these guys that are going to talk, but we get out with this new platoon system. See, our kids start at 7. Most of them get off the bus at 6:15. They get out at 12:05. They're waiting for me. We're going to install the game plan for Trahan, and then we're going on our practice field, which is Leon Gacho. We still don't have a practice sled to hit. We still don't have our chute. We still don't have our line boards. I still don't have my jugs machine that shoots the punts. My wife tells me my shoulder's going to need rehab because I'm throwing them up every day. But you know what? You get in at the Hornville game the other night. Believe me, it still hurts because we only practiced for one thing, and that's to win. And we lost. And we got to accept that responsibility. But you know what? For these young men, the resiliency that they have to transcend themselves above everything that's going on, it's a testimony to the young spirit that they have and the strength that they have in each other. Excuse me. But anyway, you're not here to hear all that. You're here to hear that, you know, we're moving forward. And, you know, it starts this week. I mean, it's going to be a joyous thing in 3 weeks when you get to do a report, Mr. Trahan, that East St. John's in the playoffs. They're going somewhere. I don't give a crud where's it at, but we're going. And it's going to start this week. Trahan's coming to Joe Keller Stadium. Field ain't the best. I was just telling my principal, the Hurricane did some damage. Coach Gailey, we're going to get some green paint. We're going to paint it green after I roll it. And it's going to look good. I'm going to paint some white lines on it. And we're going to come out there and we're going to play football. You know, after the game with Hornville, I'm talking to the lady from Times-Picayune, as always, and Leonard Davis, a quarterback, comes out there. He's committed to Tulane. And he actually, the other night, he's going back to doing everything. He's a safety, but he played quarterback, deep snap, safety the other night, linebacker. I mean, punt returner. I mean, and I told him, you got to do it all. You got to, you know, he's just like Darren Monroe. But he came up and said, "What's the matter, Leonard?" Everybody was getting on a bus. "Coach, I know you've been sick. So excuse me if I'm not talking in a great voice." He said, "I know you've been sick, and I know we lost. I'm worried about you." Hey, man. What? Just checking on you. You ain't got to check on me. You need to get on that bus and check on your buddies. Because we got a long way to go. We got 3 more weeks, and it starts tonight. And he said, "I got you." But, you know, it's been tough. I mean, but it's not an excuse. We're not looking at it as being adversity, and I don't want anybody to say that. We're looking at it as a chance, an opportunity to show the true spirit of East St. John. I got a lady call me today, said, "Coach, we want to cook for your team." And, of course, it's jambalaya. And I said, "You're welcome to come out." She said, "I don't have a house, Coach, but I'm coming." What we don't understand is we got players that still go home to a house that doesn't have air conditioning, that doesn't have a floor. And they're living sometimes twice a week in that house, and then other times they're living with other families or somewhere else in Metairie, somewhere in Baton Rouge, somewhere in Mississippi, somewhere on the West Bank, but they're coming to East St. John because that's where they want to be. Leon Gacho's blue and gold, and we got blue and gold. Miss Trish did a wonderful job. We got black and gold everywhere else. Those kids have been resilient, and they've transcended above it, and Leon Gacho is now our home. And so we're going to make everybody proud, but number one, we got to make themselves proud. That's like Desmond Broussard the other night. You know, last week on a Tuesday, we're doing one-on-one. Makes a great catch. He's a real good receiver. Makes a great catch, and he slips, and he falls on his ankle at the same time. The DB falls on him and breaks his ankle in 3 spots. Got an 8-inch rod put in his leg on Thursday, 3 screws. He was at the game Friday. And and then Jeffrey Wright, who's a senior that's supposed to replace him, he got ankle swollen. So we started a freshman who actually caught a touchdown pass. But we don't make excuses, and we're not. That's what somebody told me after the game. Well, coach, all this and that. Had a coach that left us last week, decided he wanted to not coach no more, and that's people make decisions that you deal with. And that's like I tell people, it's life, and we deal with it, and we move forward. And so my job is not only to be the leader and the steadfast guy to go forward. They saw me dressed when I was leaving to come over here. Well, Coach Banko, where are you going? Because usually I'm in a T-shirt and shorts because I'm painting the field, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, and whatever. And because we don't have a locker room still. We still don't have a training room. We still don't have a weight room. We got our worst scan bars in last week. And I got permission from my principal, so when y'all taping this, I'm not going to get in trouble. But she gave me permission to go to the school and steal my rubber weights back so we can use them in the gym. And so we're snatching and power cleaning in the gym. We're going to do that today when I get back. And then we put them up. Okay? We got some trailers that she got the FEMA people to give us. And so we have a place to meet today. So that's some form of normalcy that we're getting back to. Coach Barrelou burned the DVDs at the Hamville game. We usually come in on Saturdays, but I'm just going to tell you, man, it's been real rough on these kids, and I know JT told me this a long time ago. You got to know when to back off. So I gave everybody off on the weekend. So we're going to watch Hamville today and get it out of our system. Then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to start on Destrehan. But we have until 5 o'clock because that's what time the buses come to get us to bring us home. So we got a lot of time. But everybody's trying to help us. We got some sense of normalcy. We have a place to practice now. It's called Leon Gaucho. We got a trailer that we can call at least some type of meeting room. And, you know, if we can get more film in, that'll be great. Last week was the first week that we had a week of normalcy with practice. Monday was first down and third down. Tuesday was red zone and short yardage. And Wednesday was goal line and 2 minute. And then Thursday was the kicking script. And that was the first one somebody told me, Darren Davis told me off the field, well, daggum, Coach, you finally got your kicking script in. And I said, you're right, we're getting some normalcy. And we're getting a little bit better each week. And that's what we're looking at as a coach. And there's no quitting our kids. And they're never going to be. I can tell you that. But, again, it comes down to, you know, what our vision is. And our vision for the athletic department, particularly football, is striving for excellence every single day. And our mission to get there is team. And that's together everyone achieves more. And then our motto is team is family and do you believe. And right now that's what we're doing. And that's all we got. So without much further ado, believe me, I'm so appreciative to be here. It's an honor. But right now I'm done talking, and I appreciate it. And now I got to get me some iced tea, and I got to get to practice. So thank you so much.
Testament